Well, 7 News is celebrating Asian American, Native Hawaiian, and Pacific Islander Heritage Month by telling stories all month long, highlighting events, local businesses, while also diving into community concerns. Our jwang brings us the story of a fourth-generation restaurant owner who's bringing Hawaiian comfort food right here to the DMV.
Get ready, because I'm about to spam you with some delicious food content.
This is our spam for spam musubi.
It's one of the most popular items on the L&L Hawaiian barbecue menu.
We're probably pretty ready to go very soon.
And today, we're going to make it together.
All right.
Before we show you how to create something simple and filling.
You're gonna make it too?
Yeah.
Yay, awesome.
Let's get you out of Virginia and into DC's Chinatown.
Well, I grew up in a restaurant.
Where Michael Wu first learned how to run a restaurant from none other than his parents.
At the time when my dad came here in the 80s, that was the only thing that was available to him. In terms of opportunity, he didn't speak any English.
But he did know how to cook great Chinese food. So a few years later, his mom and sister also moved to the United States, where Michael was born.
From that point on, they never looked back. When they opened their restaurant, they became the employer and they hired a lot of other people who also immigrated from China.
Providing the same opportunities to other families who also wanted a better future for the next generation.
Got my big boy job, studied, got my bachelor's, got my master's, got a full-time job.
The Wus ran their restaurant, Taishan, for 20 years. Hard work that helped put both their kids through school. But Chinatown was changing, and their landlord was selling the building, so they eventually retired. Michael wasn't quite ready to leave the industry.
I eventually went back to what I felt like was a ringing bell to me. My great-grandfather was a restaurateur, and then my grandfather owned a restaurant, my dad owned a restaurant. It felt fulfilling to be the fourth generation that owned a restaurant.
Which brings us back to Annandale, Virginia.
All right, let's go.
Now Michael,
So this is our mold.
a father of two, is also trying to create a better future for his kids.
So then you press this down.
This time, things are different.
Growing up in this environment, you don't really grow up to do what you love. You grow up doing what you need to do to
Get by.
get by. Exactly. So essentially what I'm doing right now is what I love. It's not forced upon me to do it, so it's fulfilling.
It's L&L in Northern Virginia.
He hopes by bringing more Hawaiian food options to the DMV, he can also create community, kind of like the plate lunches on the menu.
It's a shared taste. It's a shared vision and community that all binds together.
A fusion of cultures and flavors, the same kind of food immigrants ate on pineapple plantations in Hawaii.
You have Chinese Americans working there, Filipino Americans, Japanese Americans, Korean Americans, even Europeans. They all work there, and then they would bring food from home, and then they would start sharing with each other. And then these individual plates eventually became a fusion of the food. And then you put your sauce on it.
As we wrapped up our interview and our spam musubis,
Put my spam on, and then grab your nori.
you couldn't help but feel a sense of pride for this full circle moment.
And there you go. You have your spam musubi.
Your parents came here in the 80s searching for better opportunities for the next generation. Now, as someone in the next generation, it's fair to say that you've done that. You've taken those opportunities and created your own.
Yeah. My dad, every time we talk about restaurants, his eyes light up because that's what he knows by heart. And it's really fulfilling to be able to have these deep conversations with my parents about their experience.
In Annandale,
You, natural, cranking them out left and right.
Joy Wang,
I've learned one recipe.
7
There
News.
you go.